When the indoor and outdoor units fail to communicate to one another, the indoor unit may display an E1 error code. Typical causes are improper wiring between the units, outdoor unit reactor, or main PCB malfunction of the indoor or outdoor unit. Begin by turning off the indoor unit for 2 minutes. If problems persist, check all wiring connections between the indoor and outdoor units as well as the wiring to the reactor. Ensure there are no mixed connections or loose wires and that the proper 16 to 12 gauge stranded wires are being used. Measure the voltage Vs between port 2 and 3 on the outdoor unit with the red pin of your meter on port 2 and in DC mode. It should fluctuate between positive 50 and negative 50 volts. If the voltage stays completely positive, measure the resistance of the reactor. Values should range between 0 and 1 ohms. If not, replace the reactor. If the reactor resistance is normal, replace the outdoor PCB. If the voltage Vs does not fluctuate but remains constant, check the indoor PCB wiring. If it is fine, replace the indoor PCB. If the unit detects an abnormal rise or drop in voltage across the system, the indoor unit will display a P1 error code. Causes may include issues with the power supply, reactor, main PCB, or IPM boards. Begin by checking the power supply voltage. Check all wiring between the indoor and outdoor unit and ensure there are no mixed connections or loose wires and that the proper 16 to 12 gauge stranded wires are being used. Place the unit on standby and measure the DC voltage for the capacitor pins labeled P and N on the main board. The voltage should be within these values. If not, replace the IPM board. Check the resistance across the reactor. Values should be between 0 to 1 ohms. If not, replace the reactor. If problems persist, replace the main PCB.